Yes, that's us walking into the Buddhist temple, taking a tour of the village. It's a whole lot. Monkey, monkey, monkey body. You got all the deliverance, then you take them back.
Right.
Uh-uh.
Be careful of even just buying souvenirs because you never
You
know
don't
what
want
spirit
to get those things.
it might be on that even a souvenir that you think might be harmless.
Right, you've been through a deliverance ministry. They will say something is in your house, you don't even know.
Right.
What is it in your house? What is
I
it?
brought this back from
Yeah.
wherever. Okay, you guys come a little bit closer. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, maybe for a second. Come close enough that you can hear me. Okay, so from right here you can already see that there's two different funerals going on. So there's two bodies that are already burning this morning. We talked about the caste system and how people are born into different castes. Actually, each one of these funeral piers, they are for different castes. So the lower ones are for the lower caste, but at the very front you'll see there's ones where they put like the prime minister and the highest caste people, which is on the other side. They've done this for generations, so they actually know the exact heat to get so that you can burn most of the body. So they've got it all set up, and the priests that work here, the priests are the ones appointed to do that, to set up those fires. So that's what they do all day long. Pashabadi is actually one of the few places where you're not born into the priesthood. You actually have to study, and the people able to study the best are the ones who then are chosen to work here. And they go through a lot of different rituals as well to be able to do that. Like one of them would be drinking this water over here, which you can see, yeah, very polluted. That's where they pour the ashes. I can't imagine doing that every single time.
They do it once or like
Once a year. Once a year they go through a ritual where they have to drink the water. And there are other rituals they say they do, but some of them are secretive and I wouldn't even know. There's also a group of priests that choose to be here. They live in caves that are on the other side of this. You can't really see them in the areas that we're going to go into, but they hang out in the caves and talk about having visions. So you guys can see there's actually bodies sitting there. Probably just recently came covered in the rock. This is one of the main places where they do a lot of
The
rituals.
yellow, the orange.
Muddy water on the body. Going through a lot of those things.
I see this for 200 and now it's for 500.
There are a lot of temples here, so people also gather simply to bring like a sacrifice or offering to those temples.
so are these is that like an individual temple? There's like that white one, that black one right there.
Yeah, those are all different ones.
Okay.
We'll walk up just a little bit up there and I'll show you some more. Like all the guys sitting there, they might literally just be here to watch what's going on. And there's one of the priests too, taking care of the temples.
Where?
He kind of popped out and popped back in, so I don't know. So let's just go to Padi. It says that Shiva, in his deer form, used to just roam about these forests. And one day he lost an antler and it went into the ground. And so he left part of his like holy antler in the ground. And then years later, there was a farmer who had a cow up here, and when the cow stood over Shiva's antler, his udder gushed milk. And so they knew it was a holy place, that Shiva had been in these forests. And that's why he's the main one worshipped here. That you could get anything you asked from her. Again, it's like in recent years, they don't do human sacrifices in this temple, but they'll bring like chickens and other animals to slaughter in front of this temple, again, basically to have something request answered. Here we're so close that you can actually feel the heat coming off of one of those. And again, you can just see they've really figured out how to make these small little pyres very, very hot to be able to burn a body.
Guys, we are approaching the main temple, the Holy of Holies. People come from all over, India and all over to this Buddhist temple to offer sacrifices. So we're approaching that you're gonna be a Buddhist to be able to enter the temple. There's all these lots of pigeons. I don't have explanation for that. I don't know what that signifies, but you see people walking around bringing their sacrifices to the temple. So as we get closer, we cannot go in because we are not Buddhists. We don't go through the rigors of rituals and sacrifices to be able to go into the temple. See the amount of people lined up with their sacrifices.
And they go in there and they present the puja. They also present it at all these places we've seen. Okay, so it might be a little bit harder to hear me here, but I'll do my best. So this is the temple that we cannot enter because we were not born Hindu, we were born in these nations. So this is for Hindus only. And this is one of those special pilgrimage sites where people will come from all over India, from everywhere to come. Shiva is the god at the very top with the trident in his hand. And then Ganesh is his child. And then I think his wife is on the other side. The only thing we can really see from out here is the cow that is bowed towards Shiva. And I think the Shiva Linga is what's inside of that, where you can't go. And I think that's where they believe his antler was actually planted. And so they built the Shiva Linga over it. So you can see like it's crowded, people are coming. Whenever you want to
Guys, we're heading back from the temple because we cannot go in. Yes, but we mingled among them, see all the sacrifices they're bringing. It's all over. It's like a village. With so many points of
plants, flowers,
idols and
people
sacrifices.
putting puja, or putting like sacrifice on top of there to worship them.
Okay, we are on our way out from the Buddhist temple. We're gonna try and see the Hinduist temple too. So, going to the park. Join back in our car. Yeah, I wasn't able to buy any souvenir. I'm afraid of what I'm gonna bring home. Yeah, everybody knows their own God, Here's another one here. I don't know, look at this one. I don't know what it represents. Another kind of God temple.
By mixing of religion, it's just not a big deal. everything in there will be Buddhist, but they still have this right
We're
here.
approaching
You
the
also honor
Hindus
Shiva, and you'll see Buddhists coming in
temple.
and out and also worshiping
This is
here.
what we saw on our way. It's like inside the market, almost inside the market area. The Hindus temple. Look at that. Look at that huge god with the bold eyes, all four corners, you know. That's what we saw in Nepal, Kathmandu. Kathmandu, 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 Nepal. Kathmandu, Nepal. Look at that Hindus god temple. The Hindus temple.
You're possessing.
Yeah, look at that. All these bells are significance. I don't know what they are, but seen it all. The two huge temples in Kathmandu in Nepal. They say no pictures, so we peeped in. Another god resting there. We peeped out. Everywhere they go, they have to take off their shoes. Houses, temples, sacrifice area. We walk around the Hindu temple. Got this similar thing with the pigeons here. You feed the pigeons. So we're walking around. It's like in a market open place. There's a good restaurant there. We were going to eat our lunch. We're heading to next. It's like circling the temple to get to where we need to go. You know the significance of all this to their religion, the Hindu's religion, and the Buddhist religion. We're just tourists. We're doing our prayer walk. Doing our prayer walk. The God that's above all gods. You know, His name. At any corner you go, you can see these eyes, whichever way. I think he has all eyes in all corners. You can see the eyes in all corners as you go around it.
So I think we'll just pop up there. They have good seating.
Now we're going to eat lunch. And sit down in a conditioned restaurant for a minute before we continue. Guys, thank you for watching. I'm trying to get all the views of this Hindu temple. God, yes, we're going to eat now. Thank you for watching.